All right. Welcome, everyone. Welcome to the Commercial Multifamily Masterminds. We are a member of the GOB network of apartment investors. I hope everyone had a fantastic weekend and barbecued a little bit and did a little bit of that. And ready now. You're back and you're ready to take down some apartments. So the GOB network seeks to democratize commercial real estate via mentoring and deal making by providing the resources to help close those investments. In other words, the GOB Network, we are an educational platform that provides the network and support to help you get your deals across the finish line. The Masterminds mission, our mission here is to get rid of that competitive mindset. That's the number one thing. Let's get rid of that competitive mindset so that we can work together and as one common mass. So it is here where we will do everything in our power to assist you with your investment. We have LPs, we have GPs, we have people that would like to be KPs, we have people that would like to be sponsors that can help you get your investments across the finish line. So welcome to the Commercial Multifamily Masterminds. And again, we are a member of the GOB network of apartment investors. The mastermind principle, that's the coordination of knowledge and effort of two or more people who work toward a definite purpose in the spirit of harmony. I added one more quote that I'm going to show you, and it's right here from Disruptive Thinking by T.D. Jakes. A team is composed of like-minded people with different skill sets, but equal commitment toward measurable outcomes. It starts right here. And right, excuse me for 1 second. And that quote, I'm reading his book, Disruptive Thinking. I'm gonna tell you something. I've read a lot of books. I mean, a lot. I've read a lot of books. But this book here, it is different. And I know he's a bishop, right? But when you read his book, he's going to have quotes. He's going to give examples. Regardless of whatever religion you hold, this book here, it doesn't matter. He's going to give examples because, of course, he's a bishop. So he's going to give examples from the Bible, but they are examples. Don't take it as he's trying to convert you, because he's not. He's given an example. So, and when it says disruptive thinking, as you read the book, you're going to find out that each chapter is preparing you for a next level, to get you to think different, to have a different kind of mindset and stuff like that. So I just want to say, if you happen to get the book, I know you're going to enjoy that book. And you know, I have it. I've been listening to it. It's just fantastic. So I just wanted to give a little plug. No, and he ain't giving me no kind of discount if you happen to buy the book, just to let y'all know. So, all right. But so the GOB network, you know, we are a member of the GOB network, but the GOB network has a mission, and the mission is to try to help investors, new investors, seasoned investors, to really get your deals done, especially if you don't have the experience. And we're here to try to help you with that, okay? To help you with that so that you can get those deals done. And this gentleman, he had a vision, and his vision is so big. I mean, just to listen to him and be in his presence, believe me, it's amazing. So the creator, the founder of the GOB network, I want to introduce you to him. His name is Jim Biggs. And Jim, hold on 1 second, everyone. Oh, I got to share my screen. There we go. So Jim, take it away.
Hello, this is Jim Biggs, founder of the GOB Network. I think most everyone knows that we started the network as a member-driven platform to help more people get deals done. Whether you're a new investor that has no clue how to get started, or you're a seasoned investor and you're just looking for more net worth, liquidity, or other pieces that might be missing from your team. As an example, we recently sponsored a 134 unit deal in Houston, Texas, an 88 unit deal in Tulsa, a 34 unit deal in DFW, a 28 unit deal in Baton Rouge, a 24 unit deal in Dayton, Texas, along with 42 units of self-storage. All of this was with members of the GOB network, and we have many more LOIs, many in negotiations and under contract. These are just a few examples of deals where we have helped new investors get started and to work towards doing bigger deals. Most of these investors have come to us because they had not done a bigger deal. Some had quite a few deals under their belt, having started small and grown exponentially, which is what we advise a lot of people to do. But when they got to the point where they didn't have enough money or the bank told them they needed more experience, they came to us and we helped them sponsor that deal. So I just want to use that as an example of what we're trying to do to help everyone that's on the platform. And it's available to anyone. If you're interested, just go visit thegobnetwork.com. Also, I want to say how proud we are of the many faces of the GOB network and the many places that are represented. Thank you for being part of that by being here today. So let me close by saying to you, get on board, because the GOB network can do the same thing for you. Oh, and one more thing. Let me say we are especially proud of Daryl Murphy and his mastermind group, and to have them as part of the GOB network. Daryl is one of the founding members and sits on the board of advisors for the GOB network. Thank you very much to my friend, Daryl Murphy.
Thank you, Jim. Thank you very much. And I'm going to tell you, GOB, we're making some big moves, everyone. So if you're not a member of the GOB, you need to think about becoming one. It's totally free, right? Totally free. So being a part of the network, there are certain things that come with being a part of this network. Coming to the Commercial Multifamily Mastermind, being a part of the GOB. We have partners, people, companies, vendors that partner with us, that also helps us to get these deals done. So I'm going to take this time just to introduce, let them introduce themselves. And one, starting from my left, going to right, first up is Mark Gross. Mark, introduce yourself.
Sure. Thank you very much, Daryl. I appreciate it. And by the way, I've had the opportunity to hear TD Jakes in person one time, and it was very inspirational. So thank you for sharing that information. I'm Mark Gross from CSSI Cost Segregation Services. What we do is provide studies which will help you reduce or eliminate your federal tax liability. And I work on projects nationwide, all property types. I do more in Texas than any other state. So I'll be happy to provide a free preliminary analysis for anybody. I put my information in the chat. Thanks, Daryl.
All right, thank you. Mark, send me your headshot and a short bio so we can start pushing it out for next week that you'll be a guest speaker.
Got it. Thank you.
Thank you. Next up, Chris Peters. Chris, introduce yourself. Take it away.
Hey, Daryl. Thank you. Good morning, everybody. Hope everybody had a great weekend. Chris Peters here with StackSource. We are a commercial real estate financing platform. We've got a platform of about 1,000 capital sources, banks, credit unions, life co, debt funds, private lenders, agencies, CMBS, REITs, family offices. We're doing everything from new construction, value add, redevelopment, bridge loans, purchases, refis. If you guys have any questions on capital markets or lending, even on specific deals, please don't hesitate to reach out. I'll put my info in the chat and hope everybody has a great week. Thank you.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Chris. Next up, Robert Aragona. Robert, take it away.
Yes, thanks a lot, Daryl. Good morning, everyone. Robert Aragona here from Garden State Funding is my company name out of Central New Jersey. I've been doing asset-based lending for about little over 20 years now. That means helping companies get paid quicker on the products they're selling or a service they're selling. Nowadays, a lot of services are being sold, and they're waiting to pay their employees. Sometimes up to 30 to 60 days it takes for them to get paid from a larger corporation or the government. So we help them get paid in 24 hours. So that helps their cash flow. Along with that, I'm doing the putting together commercial loans or mortgages to take down these properties, more on the smaller side from your 1 to 10 million type commercial properties out there. I can do the refi also, refi cash out, working on a few of those now. And we put these loans together nationwide with my private lenders. We focus more on the DSCR type product. Along with that, my third area of finance would be the business unsecured, no collateral lines of credit and personal loans up to 450,000. I'll put my info in the chat. If you guys need a term sheet LOI on your deals, please reach out. I'll be able to provide that for you. Thanks a lot.
All right. Thank you. Thank you very much, Robert. Now, we also have a property manager that's not here. We also have a graphic designer that's also part of the network or the family, but they're not here right now. Hopefully they'll be here next week and let them introduce themselves. And if you would like, if you have a business and you think your business could fit in with what the GOB is trying to do and what Commercial Multifamily Mastermind is trying to do, which is to collaborate, come together as one, and you want to work with us, hey, reach out to me. Okay, reach out to me. I would love to hear you and see if we are a good fit. See if we're a good fit. So the GOB network, I mean, not GOB, but the Commercial Multifamily Mastermind, we meet every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. But we also have a Facebook page, Commercial Multifamily Mastermind. Please come over and join the page. We usually post a lot of information here, news about what's going on. Boy, I read this here. That is something what happened in Iowa, a partial collapse of the apartment building. That's deep right there. So, and also things that's going on with the government and stuff like that. So please come on over, read some of the articles. You could ask questions and all of that. The only thing I do ask that you do not bring a deal here. Don't try to post a deal that won't be approved, and solicitation and stuff like that. If you need help with say needing a GP, LP, KP, stuff like that, and if you want to, and if you would like to talk about your deal, then bring it here to the mastermind on Tuesday at 11 o'clock. Okay. After today, if you would like to join the GOB network, come on over here to GOB right there, gobnetwork.com, and click on register. And then it brings you here to create an account. You put your account details in, you put your profile details in. Now, the most important thing is going to be these two parts right here. These two things could hold you up or get you kicked out or disapproved or declined. So when you come here, you put in sponsored by, put the name, put the email address of the person that referred you. Do not put your email address, okay? Do not put your email, put the person email address that referred you and their name right here, complete name. Please don't put no nicknames like, J Skitty, they ain't gonna work. So make sure you put their complete name right here, and boom, we'll get you approved. If you would like to connect with me on LinkedIn, please do, and put a little message in. Hey, I was at your mastermind, or I met you someplace here or there or whatever. Okay, put it right there. All right, and then we have the Commercial Multifamily Mastermind. This recording today will be posted here. So if you ever want to go back and see it, because we are going to be talking about underwrite, but I'm going to take it in a little different direction. So come to the YouTube, please subscribe and help me get out there a little more. Subscribe and everything. Give me a thumbs up so that way you could stay informed if you happen to miss a meeting. And if I happen to post it on YouTube, you'll be notified. Okay. I had a broker send me some properties. If anyone is interested in, he sent me a bunch of properties. West Virginia, Ohio. I'm gonna have to get with him and tell him this isn't going to work. Yeah. Okay, so in reference to this here, scrap it. Just forget about it. I'll get with him because I'm looking at these properties and none of them are his properties. So I'll get with him on that. And he's a broker or an agent. He's an agent. So brokers and owners. I'm gonna come to the owners first. Listen, we do everything in our power here, and we do have the capabilities of taking down properties. But owners, I know that at some point in time, you're going to be looking at dispositioning your property. And I'm asking you to bring that property here first. Okay. Right now, we have 35 people in here. And I can guarantee you that somebody in this room right here, want that property. I'm telling you right now. So before you put the property out there, bring it here. Bring it to the Commercial Multifamily Masterminds, a member of the GOB. And whatever investor here, new season, whatever, that gets that property, if they need help, we're going to help them. All right? We're going to help them. So I'm asking you, if you're coming here, then bring your property here and let us take that property down. Brokers, same thing. Listen, I'm with KW Commercial. My specialty is commercial multifamily. And I'm saying to you, I know you have your buyers list. I know you're going to call those people first. But listen, if you spend a couple of minutes up in this room and you see where we are, we got 35 right now. I'm asking you also to bring those deals here, right? You can reach out to me. You have my email, right? And you know how I do. When I bring a deal to the masterminds, I'm asking people up here, do they want to get involved? I'm trying to help each and every one of you reach your goal. That's what my goal is, to help you reach your goal. The purpose of the Commercial Multifamily Masterminds, and we are a member of the GOB network, is to help you to get your deal across the finish line. All right. So, updates. Alicia, what update you have?
So we had a great meeting during this month for GOB Network Arizona. Next month, we have both in person and online. If you all are interested in investing in Arizona, we have an inspector, Marty. His last name is Linick. He's been in the industry for a very long time, so he's coming out to talk with us on things to look out for when you go to inspect your buildings. So all is well. We also have our GOB Inc. call for the ladies, which is every Wednesday. GOB Network Arizona is the third Tuesday of every month, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. That's Arizona time. So that is 9 p.m. Eastern time. I always have to add it up on my fingers. But GOB Inc. is our ladies' call Wednesdays at 8 a.m. Pacific Standard Time. So we love all of y'all to come out, but everything's going well. We have properties that we are looking at, Daryl. I have to follow up this week with the brokers because I haven't heard anything back yet, but we'll keep you posted.
Sounds good. Update to all of the coaching students. I've sent out emails to you. Please make sure you get your homework done, because Alicia and I are going to be checking. All right. Please make sure you get your homework done. Okay. Because we're moving forward to the next phase. Okay. Those that are in my coaching program, I'm asking you to set some time on the calendar to meet with me, right? Because you're not reaching out. So I'm holding you responsible, right? You know how it is, right? I need you to reach out to me, okay? All right. Any other updates? Who needs help with something? Come on here, come on. Who
Daryl,
needs help?
come on, my
Hey,
man. You know,
Jalen, how's everything?
you already know I always need help with something. How you doing today, my brother?
I'm all right. And
Yeah.
Jalen, I gotta apologize to you, man, because I've just been sort of, there's a lot that's going on, and I have not been on top of things with you like I normally would be. So I just want to apologize to you for that. All right.
Oh,
I just want
Daryl,
to apologize.
no apology needed, my brother. I know you're a busy man. We all busy up in here. First, I would like to pay respect to you and the GOB family. I would like to say grand rising to everybody. For people that don't know me, my name is Jalen McCuff. I'm founder and CEO of Platinum Realty Investments. I am a property finder. I can find property in any market in the nation if it's available. And I have been away for a minute because I've been building. I now have international property. Tulum, Spain, Dubai, France, Italy, and other places also. So I'm just continuing to build, continuing to grow. Platinum is growing pretty nice right now. We also offer life insurance, infinite banking, strictly built around real estate investors. I can recommend you to my life insurance strategist named Tony Opay. He can structure that pretty well. We have a number of other things going on with Platinum too. So I just wanted to let everybody know that. And like I said, Daryl, man, I know you busy, brother. You know what I'm saying? We all busy. Everybody up in here got things to do. I'm busy too. That's why I've been away for a while. We all building. I'm not upset. You know what I'm saying? We're going to get it done one way or another. We're going to land
Sounds
something.
good. All right. Thank you, brother. I appreciate that. Because
Definitely.
I know I've been all over the place, and then I went on vacation, and then, so, I don't want you to think that I'm trying to poo-poo you or anything like that,
Nah. Well, I tell you what, I'm finna start sending some more property your way then. You know
All
what I'm
right.
saying?
Sounds
I
good.
just get with me off the line and let me know what you need, and then I'll find it for you.
Sounds good. Appreciate that.
And my
Thank you.
my my
Thank you.
contact is in the chat if anybody needs that.
Okay,
Thank
cool.
you.
Cool. That was that's a back in the day phrase for those of you who not familiar with that phrase. You know what I'm saying? Poo poo. Yeah. That's a back in the day phrase. So are there any new people here? And you have a question, you may have seen something, or you saw something on the underwrite and you wasn't for sure, like what was that, or and you want to ask about it. You feel free. This is the atmosphere. This is the place. This is an educational platform to help you. So don't be shy or nothing. Feel free. Come on. Anyone has a question or need help with something, or no?
Hey, Daryl.
Daryl. Oh,
Uh-oh.
go ahead, Eric.
I got two.
Go for it, Eric.
Okay, go ahead, Eric.
I wanted to kind of get more familiar with what your guys' process is. So I was looking at something over the weekend near me, and I wasn't sure, how do I go about presenting it? Should I take the time to make sure I have like everything put together, like information on the market and rents and things like that, or is it something we just kind of like look at a little bit, see if it's something to dig into further?
So the best thing is to reach out to me, right? Say, listen, I have a property. I would like to present it. And then I'm gonna get with you because I'm going to want you to follow a particular format. Okay. Now, it's not going to be the one thing we present here is the underwrite. We do not present any kind of PDFs or any kind of PowerPoints or any of that. We don't go through none of that. By this being an educational platform, we want you to take that underwrite and explain it to these investors here, because you have new investors here and you got seasoned investors here. You have investors here that's ready. They're looking to invest, right? So when you come, you're going to come with your underwrite. You're going to explain it. You're going to walk through it. And these investors, they're going to, if they like what they see, they're going to reach out.
Yeah.
If you need help with capital raise, all you got to do is say, Dad, I need help with capital raise. We'll be more than happy to assist, as long as we see that, of course it makes sense. But other than that, just reach out to me and so forth. Okay.
Sounds good. Thanks.
All right.
Hey,
Now,
Daryl.
let me just say this. On Tuesdays, I'm always usually the one that will bring an underwrite. But I'm asking you all, if you have an underwrite, bring it. Let me know. Say, Dad, listen, I got an underwrite. I need some help with this thing, right? This platform really is focused around underwriting. I'm gonna tell you the truth, and I think you all know that. This is really focused around underwriting, to make sure that you understand underwriting. And today I'm going to do things a little different. It's still an underwrite, but instead of us talking about the underwrite itself, the model that I use, I want to really walk through it so that if you happen to start using it, you will understand, because it's a lot of intrinsic parts on that model that you can use and stuff like that. Okay, Alicia?
So two things. One is the capital raising call on Wednesdays. If you'd like to share some more information about that, because I think that would be helpful to the group here. And then two, I have a question on, has anyone ran or currently have Section 8 or low income properties that you are profitable with? If you do, if you will please reach out to me, because I'd like to know a little more about how you're doing that.
There you go.
That's
See?
it.
Okay. See, we need help. Oh, so Wednesdays, update Wednesdays at 2 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Every Wednesday, we have a capital raise strategy session call. The purpose of the capital raise strategy session call is, again, it's educational. We are here to discuss helping you build that foundation for your capital to raise. What is it that you're going to need? So forth, things like that. So on Wednesdays, 2 p.m., that's what we discussed. Last week we had a guest speaker, John Casman. If anyone would like a copy to see that, all you gotta do is go to my YouTube, and it's out there. It's on my YouTube page. So, and he gave out a lot of nuggets. I'm gonna tell you right now, if you're into the capital raise and you want to hear what he had to say, please go to my YouTube page, give me a thumbs up, and like it. Okay. All right. Anything
Hey,
else
Daryl.
before I jump? Yeah.
Yeah. One more thing I forgot to mention is that Platinum is now partnered with Steel Horse right now, and we are looking for a JV partner on a project that we're working on in Canyon Corpus in Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. We're looking to JV with somebody to bring in the EMD for $750,000, or they can just buy the asset right out for 35 million. It is an A-class commercial property. Half of it is being converted to multifamily, a little bit north of 285 units, I believe it is. But yes, but we do have to close real quick here. Actually, if we get somebody that can come to the table and commit with either a commitment letter, or we can go ahead and get that extended for at least another 30 days. If we don't have anybody that comes in either JV with us by the middle of the end of this week, or just completely buy it out, the seller's going to pull it back from us. So just to put that out there, that there is an opportunity there, and I just want to see if anybody would be interested in that. If you are, my link is in the chat, my contacts in the chat. Just go ahead and get with me.
Where's that property located, Jalen?
It's in Canyon Corpus. What I'll do is I'll email it to you, Alicia.
Okay,
I
thank
have
you.
the pitch. I have the pitch deck and everything. And
Okay,
also
yeah.
we're working on projects in Nevada right now. We have a 55 and up that's being developed right now. And then we have another multifamily that's being developed right now called 4041. But if anybody's interested, I have the pitch decks and everything, and then I'll get that on over to you guys, who's ever interested.
What part of
Cool.
Nevada? Las Vegas?
Yes,
Reno?
Vegas. It's in Vegas.
Oh, okay.
Mm.
All right, thank you.
Cool. All right, reach out to them. All right. So any other question before we jump into the educational part?
Yeah, I'll jump in
Hey,
for a
Daryl.
moment. Oh, go ahead.
No,
Go
no,
ahead.
go ahead. I'll go after you.
Okay, no problem. I don't know if anyone remembers me, but I'm the AI guy from a few meetings back a while ago.
Yeah. Oh, I remember you.
Yes, so I'm Jalen. I'm also a part of the Platinum team. He's invited me to come back and visit you all again. Lots of new information out there in the exciting world of AI. ChatGPT is even working with Zillow now, so there's some pretty cool tools out there to incorporate that. So if there's anyone who's interested in figuring out how to leverage AI to possibly help them and maybe make some automations happen for their organization, please go through Jalen to connect. Just happy to be
Fantastic.
here, and thank you.
Thank you. Thank you for that. Okay. Mandeep, go ahead.
Hey, Daryl. Just a quick question. I'm with Federal Finance. We've moved into the development space in Florida pretty aggressively. We currently have about 1,800 doors under construction, all ranging from townhouse and multifamily developments. We've exhausted our internal equity, and now we're looking at JV with either landowners that have shovel-ready land all across Florida, or investors that want to come in as LP to help us take down the land, and then we could utilize our credit lines to take the projects to completion. I have one project right now in St. Cloud, which is maybe 20 minutes outside of Orlando. Fantastic rental market, and we can build up to 300 to 350 multifamily units there. So my question is, are there any LP investors in this group that are interested in investing with the development?
All right. Mandeep, put your contact information in the chat.
And that's
Sounds good.
only for Florida?
Yes, we're only licensed to Florida.
Okay.
Mandeep, thank you very much. You just reminded me something else too. I am so sorry, Daryl, that just keeps popping in my head.
All right, y'all gonna have to hold tight now.
Yeah,
gotta hold tight because y'all
all
going
right,
into
I'll
my
hold tight.
time.
I'll hold tight.
All right.
Go ahead.
All right, hold tight for me. Hold tight for me. Okay. Hold on 1 second. All right, everything copacetic. All right, everything copacetic. Good.
There's a lot of
All
new
right.
people on here, Daryl. It looks
Yeah, but
like.
I know them.
Okay.
I've spoken with. That's why I'm looking around. Okay, we're cool. That's not what y'all need right here. So today, what I wanted to do, I want to walk through the model, but not to talk about the property. I want to walk through the model to talk about what you could do with this model. Okay, that's what I want to do. And so it may look confusing to you and all of that, but there's a lot that you can do with this model. So I'm going to take it from the cash flow, which says investment cash flow. So we all know about this. There's nothing more you could do with this except for input the data. That's all you can do. So here, this is some of the things I would like for you to do. I mean, I would like to show you. With this model, you could break out, you could really break out like your closing costs. Normally what I do right here, I will put the percentage of, I'll put the closing cost price. but you can also add lines to the model to break out that closing cost if you need to itemize it. So 535,000, and you want to make, you're going to drop that, say this is going to be 100,000, all right, and just change that to a 4. And you can override the formula. Anything in blue, you can override the formula. Okay. So you could, and then you just can name it what, you know, you can name it, say lawyer. Okay, or lawyer fee or whatever. Okay. So you can do that with the acquisition right here, the acquisition part. You could break it out, itemize it all the way down. Now, this part right here, depending on if you're working with a lender, it's going to stay straight line. This is going to stay straight line. You're not going to touch these things. However, if you're working with a seller directly and he's playing the bank, you can manipulate some of these, I'm gonna say that. You can manipulate or change some of these things. Like he may say to you, okay, so the purchase price is 10 million, but I'll give you, say, a year, and he give you 12 months. Now you see how that happened right here, where he gave you 12 months to pay the 10 million. Okay, so you can run this any kind of way, and now you're only going to do this with a direct seller. If you're talking about a lender, you can forget that. That stays 0, this stays 0, that stays straight line. Don't touch it other than that. Okay, but here you have certain things you could do: straight line, S-curve, detail. And as you can see down here, I did a detail, I did a straight line, and here's the schedule. Okay, so what is straight line? Straight line 0, 0 is just going to come out. As a matter of fact, when we get down here, I'll talk about straight line. Okay, so for your initial, and the takeaway, all you got to do is do this right here, and that takes away any extra lines, right? And you could do that, you know, take away them extra lines. You don't need all of that, right? So now let's get down here to hard costs. Now, you know, hard costs is interior, exterior costs. Now, you may have some extra, one other hard cost, right, that you may want to add and budget it out. So now, I said we're going to talk about what this means: detail, schedule, straight line, S-curve. What is all of this kind of stuff, right? Let me show you. So on a straight line, what that is, and well, let me go back up here first. I did a detail. So what is a detail? A detail is I'm only going to renovate a certain number of apartments. And I'm going to put in the amount that is going to be per apartment, okay, per unit, right? When you use the detail, and I want to tell everybody this before, when you use detail, make sure you save a copy of this before you start your detail. Before you start your detail, make sure you save a copy of this, and then do your detail. Keep one copy as the original, and work off the other, because once you work on detail, you cannot go back, right? Now that you're going to do a whole bunch of undo. Now, if you just did detail and just change one, yeah, just undo. You can undo that. But if you don't went through, man, you don't changed everything here, then that's the reason why you want your original. Okay, so right here, and I'm going to have to jump down a little bit because I'm explaining the detail. So with the detail, right here on my unit count, I'm telling the system, and I'm telling the investors, out of the 208, we're only going to renovate 104. That's it. That's it. I'm only going to renovate 104. And I'm going to start my renovation right here, month 3, and we're going to end it in month 36. Now, Once you put that, now right here, see, if you look right here, it says percent renovated. So if you're only renovating 50%, then you're going to call the units that you're not renovating, you're going to say they're renovated because you're not touching them. You're not going to touch them at all, but you're only going to do 50%. And right over here, this is where you're going to see the units. See all these threes right there. And that's going to equal, oh, I got my thing hidden. So, but if I do, okay, there you go. Now move this here. That'll equal 104, right? So now remember this, right? 3, 3, 3, 3, because now that's where, by me detailing, that's where this comes in. So just by doing 3 units a month, now you know, oh, Daryl putting in $8,000 per unit. Why? Because this is 24,000, and I'm doing 3 units a month. 3 go into 24, $8,000 per unit. That's how you can say, oh, I got it. Well, Daryl, how come over here to the left, it still says 3,900? This is, when you do this, it's going to override that. So just totally disregard this, because when you detail it, it's going to override this. So it's $8,000 per unit. That's what we're putting in it. And that's a detail. Once you do the detail and you start changing everything, again, this is going to be what you're working on. You save your original just in case you need to go back to it. Okay. Straight line. Straight line means it's going to end, it's going to begin and end when you tell it to begin and end. Right? So let me show you what I'm talking about. I'm going to take this here and drag it down right here. And I'm going to do a 3, and I'm going to do a 36. Okay. Now let me just drag this down here. Okay. So that's just an example. Okay. So for straight line, as you can see, it's going to start on month 36 and it's going to end on month 36. I mean, it's going to start on month 3. We're going to end it on month 36. So that's telling the investors and telling you, we're going to kick this baby off on month 3. Now, if we say, well, Dow, let's do this on, let's do 2. Let's kick it off on month 2. Why we got to wait till month 3? Well, you sure you want to kick it off on month 2? Yeah, we could do a month 2. Okay, then. So now if I change it to 2, see how it jumps to month 2? Right there. See that? That's a month 2. And it automatically, it will calculate and everything. So now with the month 2 here, but we're going to go back to month 3, leave it where it is. Okay. So now that's a straight line. It's just going to straight line it straight out. When you do a schedule, the schedule is going to do its own calculation, but it's going to pick up. It's going to pick up where it like right here, it's picking up on month 2. Okay. So I just want to show you right here. It figures out, it says, okay, Daryl has a 3-month, but he's going to run it out to 36, right? Never mind, that's sorry, on my schedule, he says 3, he's going to run it out. But the computer, the software is going to kick this thing off on month 2 because you ain't doing nothing on month 1. The only way, if you were to make this a 0, oh, hold on a second. I think I make that a 0. Let me go back up. There it is. Okay. So if you do a schedule and you have this as a 0 and you're starting your roll on a 0, that's going to dictate where this number is going to come in. And it calculates the amount. Is it going to still go to 36? What do you have? Yeah, it is right here. Okay. That's your beginning roll. Your beginning roll right here. So if you look, it goes all the way out right there. And it's going to stop. There's 36. If you look down here, you'll see 36. And it stops at the 36, right? So when you do a schedule, your begin row is going to dictate that, right? But let's put this back to 3 for, okay, let's put that back. Now see how I jump back to 3 for rental? And then see right here, it jumped back to 3. Well, here it's going to go back to it's going to go to a 2. It's going to kick it off on a 2. But this is how it's going to be. And then, but let's just say we're going to do that right there. So it's going to read from down here. It's going to go 1 month ahead. It's going to always be 1 month ahead. All right. So right here, right there. Now, let me do one more and you'll be able to see. Let's bring this one down. And this is going to be an S curve. Okay, so here we're going to do an S curve from 3 to 36 again. Now, what happens with an S curve? The S curve is like an S. It goes like this, and then it comes back down. So here's your curve. It starts off little, and as you can see, it works its way up, 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 until it hits its peak, and then it stops. I think the peak is going to be right. Oh, let me keep going because we got a 73. See right here? See right here? So 73 here, 73 here. Now it's at its peak. So it's at the top of the S. And now it's going to start coming back down. If you look here, it's going to mimic the numbers over here. You see that? So that's your S curve. And it's going to run it out the same way. Okay. So that's your S curve. Okay. So your soft course, you could do your soft course the same way if you got to, stuff like that. If you got to pay permits, a lot of times they're not going to be over 18 months. If you got to pay a permit, it's going to be done that same day. And you can schedule that in. Okay. So if at any time you need to ask a question, just please go ahead and ask the question because I can't see if your hand is raised. Okay. Here, when you download the model, it's going to say lending or lender reserves. I changed mine to operating reserve. This is the money that I use for emergencies. Okay, so I usually hold at least 1 year of debt service, depending on the age of construction. I may do 1 year debt service, 1 year of expense, depending on the severity of the project. If it's a lot of risk, I may do 1 year of debt service, 1 year of expense. Okay, but that's your call here. Now, you can release this money at any given time. See right here? You can release it. So if you say, well, Dad, we're going to give this back to the investors in 5 years on month 60, then it calculates where on month 60, the money will be dispersed back to the investors. Okay, so that's what, and you could say when you want that money released back. Okay, this here, the financing course, you have no control over that one. That's whatever your lender is going to tell you. Okay, when you get the model, it's going to be sent to you like this: 1, 2, 3, 4, right? Your funding order. Okay, when you look at this, ask yourself, out of all of these here, who gets paid first? Now, if you're going through a lender, that lender is the senior, they're going to get paid first. If you're going through directly to the seller may say, you may work out a deal with the seller where he get paid second, right? Because he's going to carry the note, and you can range it around. So for the purpose of this, we're going through a lender. Who gets paid first? Senior loan. That's the number one. Okay, they get paid first. Who gets paid second? If you have a junior loan, the junior loan will get paid second. But in this case, we don't have a junior loan. There is no junior loan. So just ignore it. Just leave it alone. Don't worry about it. Okay. Who gets paid second since there's no junior loan? You got your LPs and your GPs. Depending on how you structure, you can say, well, I'm going to let the LPs get paid second, and then I'll let the GPs get paid third. Or you can say they get paid pari passu. That means they both get paid at the same time. Okay. So when you're funding order, please remember, if you're going through a lender, they're going to get paid first. not you, not the LPs or the GPs, and not the junior, the seniors get paid first. Then if you got a junior, now, if you got a seller who's holding a note and you still took a loan out, the loan first, the senior debt first, right? And then this is going to be me right here. I'm Darryl Murphy. I'm going to be the seller finance, right? And I told you I want my money second. So you make this a number 2, and then you can make this here number 3. You can make these 2 3s or 4s or however you want to do it. Okay. So for the purpose of this, we're going to undo all of that. All right. We don't have a junior loan, so totally ignore it. Here, this is the part where we all put money into a deal. GPs put money into a deal, whether if it's a 0.5% or whether it's no percent or whatever. I don't care what it is, but everybody puts something in, right? A lot of times we say 50,000 a piece. Each individual, let's say we kick it off, we all put in 375,000. That's just showing that we do have skin in the game. And then the balance we're going to raise from the LPs. Okay. So we have a total raise of 7.5 million. That's what that means. Now, if you say, well, Darryl, we're not putting in that, we're not going to put in 375, we're only going to do 1%. Okay, so then you do 1%. All right, or whatever it is, right? Boom, 2%, whatever. Okay, that's what it is. Okay, so that's what your GP equity, the LP equity, that's what that is. How much, stuff like that. Okay. Your LTC and your LTV. Now, if you notice, this is black. Anything in black, don't change. And then you have your LTC. The LTC controls your LTV. All this says loan to purchase price. Loan to purchase price is nothing but your LTV. That's all it is. So we got to change this because the lender said 70% LTV. So you got to drop your LTV. This is how you do it. Just drop it down. That's it. That's what you got. What did I do? You see how that all them values came in there? You see that? What did I do? You'll see what I did right here. That's what happened. Let's undo it. That's all. Boom. No problem. Okay. So we're going to just play here. Let's get that close to, let's say 46%. There you go. Close enough. All right. So now we have 70% LTV. There you are. Now you got to raise $8.7 million. Just round it off to $9 million you got to raise. It doesn't hurt to raise a little more, okay? All right, but that's how that works, okay? Senior loan again, this is where you just put your interest rate in, your terms, your months, your IO. This is all self-explanatory. However, you do have a little extra kicker here. If you have a variable, and there's a spread, right? So let's say back a while ago, everybody was doing bridge debt. And on bridge debt, you would have, they would say you're coming in at, it was a variable, and they'll tell you what the spread is between the SOFR, between the bond, and you would just adjust, you can adjust this here, what your spread is. So let's say your interest rate is like 2.5. He tell you got a 200 basis point spread. You would put 20. And if you notice, if you look right here, 200 basis point spread is 2%. Look right here and look right, you'll see that. Now let me change that to 100 and you'll see. See that right there? It changes this, right? Now, with that being said, if they say to you, you have, and if they say to you, okay, so in March, you had a 6%. Let's say you had a 6%, okay? And then now you're going to have to adjust these to make this 6%. Okay, so you're going to have to adjust these here, okay? To make your annual rate the same. Or say make that a 0. Now they're the same, and you can say right here, take that, make this a 6, right? Now if you make that a 6, you can say, okay, only for 12 months, right? Let's just go 12 months. Is that 12? No, that's 10. That's 12. Okay. 12 months, I'm gonna hit you up with 6%. And then on the 13th month, actually it should not, it should really start right here. That's one right there. So this really should be a 6. Okay, so I'm gonna say, okay, I'm gonna hit you up with a 6% interest rate, right? And then on month 13, I'm gonna drop you down to a 5%, and then you could take it out for the time that I told you. And then I'm gonna tell you now on the third year, which is the 25th month, I'm gonna kick you up to 8%. Otherwise, but so you got to get out by here, because we're going to kick this thing out to 8%. It's going to ride all the way out. Okay, and so you can actually customize this all the way, right? If you have a variable, and if you want to use the basis points. Again, basis points is your spread between the lender and the bond, the interest 10-year bond, 10-year interest rate. And as you can see right here, see how I made the adjustment right there? Okay, they made the adjustment. See that right there? Okay. So you could do that with this here model. And that's what I like about this. You could really play with it. This part here is really self-explanatory. There's no big changes here. Just, put in your interest, put in what your rent growth is. That's basically what this is. Your rent growth, Now, in today's economy, you may say, hey, Darryl, let's make year 1 all zeros. Okay. And then we'll kick it off. Year 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 plus, right? Now we're going to increase it. Okay. Right here. Make sure that in your underwrite, you account in your underwrite for a little higher expense, because you're saying 0, but during year 1, during that whole year, something's going to go up. I can tell you that right now. Something's going to go up. Okay. So just be prepared. Get with your property manager and say, should I make this something? A property manager I had one time said that should never really be a 0, because something's going to go up at some point in time during that year. So you should make it. She said you should really put a number in it. But that's up to y'all, man. That's your choice on what you want to do about that. Okay. Now, so what is this? Begin roll, complete roll. Begin roll, complete roll is, when are we going to start rolling these units, renovating them, and putting them up to market? How many? Right? Now, you may say, well, Darryl, you got 3 here all the way across the board, but we don't want to do 3 all the way across the board. I said, well, then what do you want to do? Let's customize it. Let's customize the roll. So here we're going to customize the roll. Now you see how that done turned blue? You see that right there? Right here. Let me put it back no again. See how that went black? Now it went blue, right? So if you recall right here, 50%. So you come over here, you say, nah, Darryl, because if you look at this, every 3, as you can see right here, see that? It's going to take you back to 100%, to 100% renovation. See that? But you may say, hold on. What we're going to do, because according to the rent roll, we're going to do 3 here, and then we're going to do, oops, wrong way. All right, hold on a minute. Okay, so, give me 1 second. Every time I do this, I have to use my data. So if I want to change this number, if I want to customize this and change this to a 4, then I use my data, this one right here, and I use my what if. And I say, change this to a 4 using this value. Now, if I get, you see this message right here? That's telling you that it's a formula. That's all that means. So how do you get around it? This is what you do. That's what you do. Make it a number. See how I just made that a number? And then That's all you do. Just make it a number. That's it. Now, watch this. Watch this right here. Let's come back. I need this to be a 4. Now, they better not make a liar out of me. I've done it before. Oh, come on. Wait, let me change it the other way. Hold on a second. Put this right here. That's what should be changing. Okay. So change. I need to change by changing 4.
Is it using the cell before?
Yeah, no, it's using this one. That one. Nope, cancel that. Of all times, it wants to act crazy on me. Okay. So if I want this to be a 4, I'm gonna have to change it to, but now I need to change my percentage. Wait a minute, did it? Hold on a minute, hold on. It did. No, it didn't. I gotta change that percentage. But you customize it, and now I gotta go back and I'm gonna have to redo this thing all over again. But
Hey, Daryl.
you could, yeah.
Change the 53 to 0 and see what happens.
There. Hold on a minute. Let's go back. Let's make this back into a formula again. Because I know there's something, I'm doing something wrong, everyone. I haven't done this, I haven't had to mess with this part in a while. So let's see. So you see how that does that, but you notice it affects this number here. You see that? So I want this number to be a 4. I'm gonna have to play with it. Yeah, I gotta play with it, everyone. There we are. Hold on a minute. Hold on. Oops. That wasn't right. Well, I ain't gonna take up too much time. Okay, so you got the idea now. I'm close enough, right? Got the idea. All right, so you play with the percent to make this number a 4. And then, but now remember this, everyone. At the end of this thing here, it has to always equal 0. I mean, 100. It has to equal 100 by the time you're done. So right here, all right, so this is going to be a 5. We're going to do 5, and then here we're going to do 2. And then here we're going to do 10. Now you see how this jumps to a negative? That's telling you here that you don't have any units to do. But what you're going to do, you're going to say, yeah, I do. 61. We're only going to do 2. And then and it calculates itself. Because if you do this right here, you'll see at the end, it's still going to equal 104, no matter what. It's still equal 104. Okay. So I just wanted to show you that on a custom roll, that you can actually custom roll how many units you want to do per month. Okay. All right. So and then now once again, if you're going to do a custom anything on this model, whether if it's detail or whether it's custom roll here, I'm telling you right now, make sure you have an original as your backup. Okay. Okay. Now I'm gonna jump down into something because this part is really easy for you. Again, if you need to add lines or whatever, just go ahead and add your lines. There's so much you could do. And then, take away, you just want to do just take away, stuff like that. All right. This part you already know about, just in case if you don't worry. I basically want to show you some of the hidden features. Okay. Coming down here again, add lines, take lines away. But what else can you do here? Right here. You see this vacancy right here. You can customize this vacancy. See right there, you could detail it out. Because a lot of times you get into renovation and you know that at a certain point, well, yo, my renovation is going to be greater on the 5th or 6th month. And you can do that. You can say, okay, yo, Darryl, let's detail this thing out. You see how it grades it all out? But let me show you where it went. It went right here. You see how that's all blue? Now, again, I'm going to change this back. I'm changing this back to standard. See how this comes back? Okay. And you see how right here is gone. Right. So let's go ahead and say, all right, we're going to detail this baby out. All right. Boom, right there. There it is. It pops in. The first, so month one is a 6%, 6%. Credit loss, we're going to leave it here. But then you say, yo, Darryl, on month 3, let's make this 10%. And let's make this 12%, because we're going to be losing money for the next. And then here, we're going to make this one here 9%. And you can make that 11%. And then here, you're going to make this an 8%. Okay. You could actually customize your detailed vacancy credit loss, especially if you know up here that you're going to have a high vacancy or units under, so you could, this here could be done in accordance with this. If you're going to customize your role, you may have to customize your detailed vacancy because you may have more vacancies, okay, or less vacancies, however you plan on doing it, okay? So for now, I'm gonna shift this back to standard. This comes back, and as you can see, it's gone. Okay, it's gone. All right. One other thing. No matter what model you deal with, whether if it's this model or the SDA, I don't care what model, be careful where you write notes and jot things down. Okay. Remember right here. See that? You can't see it, but look right here in the formula bar. It says detailed vacancy. You cannot see it. There's something here, right? So before you happen to start doing things, what I usually like to do, I usually do this right here. Let me show you. I would take this area, and then I will make that area, I will say, okay, let's make it black to see if something populates, and it doesn't. But it's not going to populate because of this right here. So be careful. That's what I'm going to tell you. Be careful because it is right there. Okay. All right. Let's take that. Let's change this back to standard. I think that was okay. So capital reserves, I think y'all know pretty much about that. I think that's so basically that was what I wanted to show you with this model. You could really do a lot with it, and you could customize things. You could really take it into any direction. You could be as detailed as you want to be with this here. One thing I did miss, I said right here, you could release this back on any given time, but you can also say how much you want to release back. So if you only want to do 50%, you could put down, yo, we're only doing 50%. That's it. Okay, 50%. All right. All right.
Hi, Darren.
Any questions in reference to what I went? Any questions in reference to what I went over about the model?
Hi, Darren.
Hey, how you doing, Casimir?
Could you come back to the Darren? The model. I have a very quick question.
Go back to the model.
Yes, please.
Okay.
On mine, it never shows this average cash on cash at the top. Is there anything you did to make it come up there? Average cash on cash.
Right here?
Yes. Mine only
shows
only the 2 lines above it.
Correct. You're absolutely correct. When you get it, everyone, this is what it's going to look like. That's what it's going to look like.
Yes.
It looks just like that. However,
yes.
I put that there for me because I got tired of scrolling all the way down to the bottom to see what see right here, everyone. This is the average cash on cash return. This is the number. I just got tired of scrolling all the way down to the bottom to see what it was. So I just did an equal sign like that, came down and hit this right here, boom. And then I did the same thing with the average COC. That's all that is.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Thank you.
Yeah, no problem. Any other questions, anyone? Don't be afraid to play with the model if you happen to get it. All right. If you get a lot of error messages, like if you get something like what I did before, and you saw all that sucker just said error, if you could undo, if you only did it once and that happened, then just undo. Okay, it'll take it right back. However, if you done moved into that model and you're somewhere and you see an error, or it says it'll say something else. If you're not familiar with the formulas, then I'm going to tell you, just open up another model and just transcribe everything over to a new model. Do not copy and paste. Do not copy and paste from the old to the new. All right. Type everything in. You know, you're looking, okay, put this here, put that in, and that's it. Okay. But if you're good with the formulas, then you say, oh, I know where I made my mistake. Let me go back and fix the formula. That's all. Mike.
Yeah. So when people are playing with the model, enter all your default values and keep everything straight line. And once you've actually inputted all your numbers and you know that they're correct, save it as version A or version B. Then you can continue playing around with it. If you make a mistake, you have a version that you've already pre-populated without tinking around with any of the numbers.
Now, so what does Mike mean by that? Right? What does he mean? Well, what are you talking about making a version A, version B, version C, D? What is that? Right here, right? That's exactly what I do. So here's version 1 and I date it. So if I ever need to go back to version 1, I just go back to version 1. Here's version 2, right? There's version number 2.
Hey, Daryl.
Right here. Can you see my screen?
Showing your folder?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. See that? So that's a version 1, version 2. Now, sometimes you may see me, I may have like 8 versions, because that's how many times I went in. Now, and each time that you go in to change something, make it another version, right? So, because you may have to go back to the previous version. Okay. Any questions? I hope that was helpful, because that model, if you're not familiar with it, you may say, oh man, this is just a little bit too complicated. Okay. But also go to my YouTube page. I have a lot of videos using that model, and Spencer Burton walking through it, me walking through it, and so forth. So you can easily just if you need any help, check out YouTube, or you can even reach out and I'll try to help you out as much as I can. Okay. Now, we're coming close to the end. I want to get at least one breakout in, but before you leave, I know everybody's gonna drop off. Listen, you know what I do. I always stick around for additional 30 minutes. This way you could get to know me. I could get to know you, right? We're gonna be doing deals together. I'm gonna be coming to you to see if you want to be a part of a deal. I want you to know who you're working with. I want you to know who Daryl Murphy Sr. is. I see him on YouTube all the time. I see him on Zoom all the time. I see this guy on LinkedIn. He be posting stuff right all the time. But who is Daryl Murphy, right? Who is this guy? So I'm gonna stick around for another 30 minutes after we come back. So this way you can ask me questions and I can ask you questions, right? See if we're a good fit to work together on deals, okay? All right, so let's do a little bit of breakout room. Now I know people are going to drop off and everything, but I really appreciate y'all coming. So, but if you can stick around just for another 30 minutes after we come back, stick around, okay? let's do a little quick breakout room and get to know each other. So that way, when y'all get some deals, y'all could call on each other and say, hey, I got a deal. Darryl said for me to reach out to y'all. Okay, hold on a minute. That's way too many rooms. Yeah, let's do that. Let's do this right here. Okay. If you're in a room by yourself, stay there. Stay right there. Don't move. I will move you. I can see you. All right, let's do this thing. Well, another 27 minutes. If you can hang in there, hang on in there with me. This way, again, you can get to know me. I can get to know you, right? So, but for right now, we're going to end this. And I want to say thank you all for coming out. Thank you for your support. And I look forward to seeing you back here next Tuesday on the Commercial Multifamily Mastermind meeting every Tuesday at 11 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. Thank you for your support. And I'll see you back here next week. Later, y'all. But stick around for another 27 minutes.